Welcome to Global Affairs Network. I'm your host, Malik Linzanzo. We are here today to talk about a book, a marketing diary. A marketing diary is a self-guide designed to help upcoming marketers in acquainting themselves in the marketing and business field. This book is also designed to help refresh the memories of marketing veterans who may find themselves in a tough position. Marketers or business professionals may also use this book to help with trainings or a study guide for their improvement. Now, with me today is the author himself that we will bring up as Mr. Marcus Cosmo William. Thank you for coming on Global Affairs Network. How you doing, young man?
I'm good, Mr. Malik. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. You can call me Malik. That's okay.
Absolutely.
So how you been doing?
I can't complain. Just relaxing and working.
Well, listen, today is in today's economy, marketing is one of these top-notch career that where you can really make a lot of money. And to come across a book that actually help marketers to kind of make sense of in their field. I think it's very important. This is a time where this book is it will be well received by people, and I hope in our conversation today it's going to be a very good opportunity for most people who are actually struggling in trying to make their ends meet. So before we go forward, I want you to kind of give us a little bit a background of who you are and how come this project of putting together a book come upon.
Yes, sir. So for everyone watching and listening, like you mentioned, my name is Marcus Williams. Cosmo happens to be a nickname that I picked up a long time ago. But I am from Baltimore, you guys. I wrote this book, from a perspective for myself that when I first started marketing, I was horrible at it. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't study this in college, so I jumped into the field just, guns blazed, no experience, no nothing. So for me, I was very analytical. I learned better when I take notes and just watch it, read it, and study it. And what ended up happening was all the notes I compiled, I just put it into this book. And my main objective with it was just pass the knowledge on to someone else. So that way he or she, if they were ever in the phases and struggles and adversities I've experienced, they can refer back to it like, okay, this is where I'm messing up. This is maybe where I need to, So that's pretty much how the book came about.
So this book, actually, you have a career, you have a profession, and is this a new relationship with what are you doing right now as a job?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the book was put together from your own experience and what you saw was the problem in this field, right?
Yes, sir. So I used all the notes that I've compiled over time, everything that I've learned in marketing, and I just put it on a page, and not a page, a lot of pages. And then I just compiled it together, and that's how I wrote that book.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, because like I told you, this is a time where people look for answers, and you already provide one, and that is something very smart to do. So let me ask you this real quick. For those people because the book is also for the veterans. Some people can, or probably are watching this show and say, "Hey, listen, I've already got it. I don't need this book." But you did have veterans as well on your mind when you were writing, writing this book. Tell us a little bit. What can a veteran get by reading this book?
Yes, sir. So there's two things that I keep in mind for on the veteran aspect for my book. One is that me personally, when I was in the marketing career, well, I still am in the marketing career, but when I was a little bit earlier on, I used to do and host and run and work with a lot of trainings. So a lot of the knowledge that I gave out through those trainings are literally in that book. And a lot of veterans, if they're passing knowledge on or if they're just refreshing their own memory, it's literally there for you. Like just little things that, you know, just fundamental things that you just may forget about. I think of it kind of like a playbook. Like no
Yeah,
matter how good you are at a sport, no matter how good you are at a job, we all have a playbook to go to.
yeah.
Marketing, quote unquote, or sales or business, a lot of times you have a script. So this to me is kind of like a playbook outside of the script per se.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how long you been in this field
Yes,
of
sir.
marketing?
I've been in marketing for about 4.5 years now.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean
run about
that's
5 in September.
great. That's a long time. You look pretty young. I was thinking you were still a college student. But listen, 5 years or more, 5 years. That's a lot of time for somebody to understand what's going on and how to fix some problem that most marketers are facing nowadays. So ever since you wrote this book, any people coming to you asking a question, or any feedback from people? How do the market react to this
Yes, sir.
so far?
Yes, sir. So a lot of questions that I get, Mr. Malik, are usually on quote unquote advice as far as the book itself sometimes. Like I get a lot of questions from other authors and stuff. And I tell them like, hey, look, I'm just as fresh as you in the game. But as far as marketing goes in my career, I've had a lot of people question me on style type things and your approach to marketing. And every marketer is different. And if and when any person that's listening to this that may venture into that field as well, every type of marketer is different. Just like, in sports, every athlete, no two athletes are exactly the same, but we all learn from each other. So I have different people ask me all the time just about techniques and stuff like that, etiquette, and what would you do in this situation per se.
Right. So far, no negative commentaries. You know.
No, sir. No, sir. As far as the book, no, sir. I get a lot of negative or I guess critical feedback, usually for other things like my website or how I go about marketing the book itself. As far as I go, I've actually been looking for it, but I haven't got any negative or critical criticisms about the book itself yet, which I guess is a great thing. So,
Interesting. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, that's a good sign though. If you do something and you see critics coming up you and just bash you down, you didn't do a good job. So if so far, and the book is actually on Amazon for those who are watching right now. The book is already on Amazon. You have to go and check it out. When you do this kind of work, you have to have some kind of a niche in mind in order for you to write a book. What did you have in your mind when you were considering writing this book?
yes, sir. So for me, Malik, I was mostly focused on people who kind of like had a similar path like me. Like when I graduated college, I had decent grades, and I figured the world was my oyster. I was just going to get a Fortune 500, Fortune 100 company, and it didn't work out that way. So I ended up in the marketing, sales, business, I guess, world, and I had no idea what was going on. And I would like people who were kind of like me, like probably a college graduate, someone who just wants to venture into the marketing field, someone who may wants to leave their present, profession and slide into this direction. I would like the book to be more or less in their hands, so that way they have some knowledge coming into it. Kind of like in a sense where before you take the SAT, you take the pre-SAT, so you know what to expect. Same thing. I would like my book to be like that to those type of people, mostly newer and people seeking the marketing, sales, business world.
Absolutely. But so somebody who's not in the field, so there's a lot of people that probably are changing gears. I myself, came from education, also politics, but I'm now on social media, having a online show. So people get tired of what they do and sometimes change gears, and this book can be something that will help somebody who's trying to change career. That you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. I 100%. Yeah, if you're definitely looking for a career change, this is definitely a good book for you to just be like, okay, I can learn a little bit from this before I venture there. And, obviously, if you love it, it's a very lucrative career. Marketing has done a lot of amazing things for me. So if it's something you're into, it can be lucrative.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any particular advice for somebody, people who still kind of they see the book but they don't know if they have to buy it or not. Anything that you have to tell them, to really encourage them to go and buy the book.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for encouragement, I would say, hey, look, if you're a little fidgety about buying my book, of course, no worries. One, I always run discounts promotions. So if you follow me on all platforms, eventually, you'll catch up to a great discount. That's one. And two, I see it like me personally, when I was writing the book, and I was talking to my publishers. I'm published through Page Publishing. So when I was talking with them, I was like, I would like to make a book very affordable. I'm not in the game to try to get rich off of a writing. But I thought of it like, well, every day we go out, people buy fast food, people buy candy, junk, you name it. And those, little things, they dissolve the moment we use them. They have no use after you eat them. This book, you buy it one time, you can refer to it years and years and years after you use it. So that's the best way I look at it. Like if you're looking for something for longevity, this is definitely a great investment.
Wonderful, wonderful. But one of the problem people nowadays are facing is that people don't have a lot of time even to read something valuable. With this social media nowadays, it looks like most people spend time on social media watching video and that kind of stuff. Are you considering maybe to have this book on the audio form, like recording the book so that people can listen? Those people commute from job to job, whatever, they can just listen to the book. Have you ever think about that option?
Absolutely, absolutely. That is definitely something I've definitely like. I've even talked with uh, my publishing coordinator about that type of platform, I guess per se, or I guess that outlet to read the book on. Me personally, I definitely want to get into it. No time soon. I would say maybe closer to the end of the year or something of that nature. Only because it's it's a thing about conversion. The way they explained it to me, it's a thing about conversion with it. But I've definitely considered that idea because a lot of people are, ebook, audio book. People have so many different ways of reading books now that you know paperback and hardcovers, they come and go. But the audios and ebooks, they're like always available, especially when people are listening to podcasts and interviews like this one.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's the primary reason why we're doing this, because you can put literature out there. Most people, it's just they pass on. But when once you have an interview like this where you can give a little synopsis or clips from what it is that people have to be interested in, I think it's pretty good. That's why we thank you for coming on our show. I hope all the uh, you know uh, writers or authors that are watching this show can also find this, an alternative to publish. I mean, to promote the books, like Marcus did. So Marcus, the book is out there, and I know it's a pretty good book. What I'm gonna do is probably get the book myself, and what we're gonna do is probably bring you back, because the more people know about this book and how much it can help them, I think, more likely they will go and search for it. So,
Absolutely.
so the the book on Amazon, how much is it?
So right now, if you were to buy paperback, it's $12.95.
Okay.
I've tried to get that price a little lower for you guys, but my Kindle version on Amazon, as of right now, it's $2.99. It is usually $9.99, but we ran a promotion, me and Page Publishing, for $2.99. Just want to spread the word as much as possible, so that way people can like at least learn about who I am, the work that I've put out there as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, what we have to do is to really, wish you, good luck, and please make sure you come back to our show anytime you have a chance. You are open, for authors, business people. I know you have a lot that you have to say about the field that you're in. Any advice, any conclusion about your book, something that you want to say that you didn't have a chance uh, to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, first, I do want to thank you and all the listeners for giving me a chance to even talk to you guys, because obviously you didn't have to. I'll start there. Always remain humble and always give grace. And another thing I would like to say to anybody listening, man, is that the book, it comes from a true experience. I didn't write it just off some research that I picked out of college. I've been in the marketing field for 4 years. I've been blessed that I've been able to travel and help different locations with marketing as well. I've worked in Atlanta. I worked in Houston. I worked in Detroit. I'm here in Maryland. And, I just pretty much my main objective with the book is just to literally help someone else. Because, where I'm from, a lot of people don't make it as far as I've come and as far as I may go. So I definitely write the book with the objective to help someone else out. And I just hope that one day, someone can say like, hey, look, that was very impactful. Thank you. That's my whole goal with the book, everyone.
Absolutely, that is very inspirational. Listen, I hope anybody around your age, even older than you, that's watching this program, have to say to yourself, listen, that's another way to make extra income. Consider writing a book. If Marcus can do it, we all can do it.
Yeah,
I have to tell you, man, I'm inspired. You already, give me an extra boost, to just go ahead and finish up what I was doing here as far as some of the books that I'm writing. So again, thank you, Marcus, for coming. We look forward to speak with you again. That was very interesting. We want to remind the viewers that please go on Amazon. The book is a marketer's diary. It's you can find a lot of material that will help you in your career. Do you have a copy of that book that you can show to the screen? There we go. There we go. That's how it looks. Please go on Amazon, help this young man, to really, 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 sell this book. Everybody have to go on Amazon and buy this book. Again, thank you so much, Marcus, for showing up, to coming. We look forward to speak with you another time.
absolutely. So thank you for having me, Mr. Malik. It's nothing but an honor.
Absolutely. Take care of yourself.